Hey friends, it's your children's pastor, Jackie Manostra, here with you again for our very last lesson in our series, A Thrill of Hope. Christmas might be over and our series is over, but the wonder and hope that Jesus has brought us is far from over. We've learned so much over this series. God was working behind the scenes on his rescue plan to bring his people close with him again, and he did that through his son, Jesus. Christmas isn't just about celebrating Jesus' birth. It's about celebrating the hope that his life and death and life again has brought us. You see, Jesus came to fix our brokenness and give us new life. Jesus' life here on earth was one that showed how God was going to be with his people, from the moment that Jesus was born until forever. Jesus didn't stay a baby, just like how you haven't stayed a baby, and all people don't just stay babies. Jesus grew into a boy, and then into a teenager, and then a man. He walked on earth healing the sick, blind, broken, angry, and hurting, and then he healed all of our hearts from our sin problem when he died on the cross and rose again to defeat death and sin. Jesus is the hope bringer and the world changer. He came to give us a new life, a life that is close with God. We are friends of God once again. Jesus came to change our worlds and to make us whole again. It's kind of like this. How many of you have ever felt broken? Have you ever gotten in trouble for something big or even small? Have you ever disobeyed your parents? Have you ever had your heart broken by a friend or a sibling or a parent? Have you ever broken someone else's heart? Hurt someone with your words or your actions? Well, that's because of sin. It's something that all of us do. And see this glass? You see, sin, it broke people's relationship with God. And it still breaks relationships with God and with other people. But God knew this. He saw our brokenness. Look at all that. He saw our brokenness and he loved us anyway. He sent his son Jesus to be the one to fix our brokenness. He sent his son Jesus to be God with us, to take the punishment for our sin, to make a way for us to be friends with God once again. All we have to do is admit that we sin. We believe that Jesus is the one who takes our sin away, right? And we commit to trusting and following Jesus. He turns all of our brokenness into wholeness, and he gives us new life. Take a look at this amazingness. Let's move this. Are you ready? Jesus, he's the one who fixes our brokenness. He turns us whole and he gives us new life. Jesus is the hope bringer and the change maker. He is the one who came to fix our brokenness, and he invites us to have new life with God. One that means that we are friends in a whole new way. One that can't be separated from God by anything. God's love for you is so big. Our new life with Jesus is a life of action. That means that we get to be hope bringers and change makers because we get to bring Jesus to the world. We get to share the good news of God's love with others. In fact, Jesus commands us to spread the good news about him and tell others about God's love while we wait to see Jesus again one day. Check and see what Jesus asks of his followers while I clean this up. How you live your life now matters. Be a hope bringer and a change maker. Jesus has asked all of his followers to go out and teach other people how to follow Jesus. to point others to God's love for them and to change the world for Jesus. He's asked us to love the person who annoys us every day, to help and stand up for those who are hurting, to go out of our way to show kindness and compassion to our friends, family, strangers, and even our enemies, and to share hope that comes from knowing God's great love. All right, hope bringers and change makers, remember, Jesus is with you always, and we have work to do. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.